Okay, so this is all that remains of the chicken coop and the chicken run. We've got it all taken down. Got a little bit more cleaning up to do. Gotta get the fence out of here. The barrel with the food in it. Just a little scraps here and there, but for the most part, I think we're kind of done. So today what I'm going to do is obviously get some of this stuff out of here. But if the ground's not too frozen, what I'm going to try to do is take the beast and grade this all kind of even. You can see the chickens dig a lot, and so you can see there's huge crevices and different things throughout here. We had a dog attack. Unfortunately, we figured out how to deal with it, but you can see the dog dug, that's not an egg, that's a fake egg, a trench here trying to get into the chicken coop. However, when we laid the fence down, we brought it down and across, so as he dug, he just ran into fence. So we got to get this back into the trench, so hopefully we can do that with the beast. And what I did, or what I'm going to do, is I've lowered the mowing deck all the way down and I raised the wheels, so I can come down with the mowing deck and it'll lay flat on the ground, and I can lift it or adjust it as needed. Or if I see that it's digging in too deep, I can just lift the wheels up a little bit. Well, this one's actually, I can adjust it with a knob here, so I can lift it up, tighten that knob up, and it'll hold it up at whatever level I want to. And then I can grade the, hopefully grade that flat is my goal. We'll see how it works. I've done this before with a little bitty mower. I had a rear engine mower years ago, Walmart thing. Before well, it was just a little Walmart thing. And I put a piece of 2x2 underneath the deck. I was able to screw it there, and I graded my driveway. It worked pretty good. So surely the beast can handle that. But before I get started with that, I need to get the water filled up. So yesterday's video, I told you I had to change out a battery. So this will be the first time I fill the water after we changed out the battery. So I'm going to turn on the inverter. We'll see how it's already squealing because something's not hooked up right. We've got plenty of volts, so the batteries are okay. So we got 12 amps, that's plenty. So I got to figure out what I'm doing wrong here. Okay, so I adjusted this cable. I guess it just wasn't touching good enough, and it was causing too few volts to go through the cable. So it stopped squealing now. You really got to get the clamps on there good. So I'm going to try it. We're going to see how it works. It may not work. It might start squealing again. This is the battery charger, just so you know what I'm doing. So it looks like that the jumper cables that I used to jumper the inverter to the batteries, go to yesterday's video. At the end of this video, there'll be an up next box. That I guess the wire isn't a big enough gauge. So what I did was I spread these out as far as I could, so I wasn't just taking from one single battery. So that gives us, you know, 3 batteries. It gives us a bit more spread. And then I guess I'm gonna have to buy more cable. Okay, so I got the water all filled up and everything's working in there finally. Trying something new, trial and error, I guess. So then I got all this cleaned up, got the fence out of here, the barrels and what have you. So now what I'm going to try to do is take the beast, like I showed you earlier, drop that blade and see if I can grade some of this back into position. We'll see how it goes. It might take some manipulation to try to figure out how to make it work. but I think I can make it work. how well the camera can pick it up, but I think it did a fantastic job. I mean, there's a few low spots, but it's not even as bad as the rest of the yard. I mean, you can't tell underneath the grass, but the rest of the yard, they used this before we bought it to run around with the four-wheeler. See, there's a big old dip right there, and it just tracked up the whole yard. So I would say that's just about as good as the rest of the yard. I mean, you're not going to do any race car, NASCAR events around here. You got to take it slow. The other, you know, that's a piece of wood. Yeah. So I'm pretty happy with that. I tell you, the beast has made a big difference around here. The other day, I just kind of, I don't know, let's see, what was I doing? Oh, that battery. I bought that new battery. Well, I had to take the battery up the hill and then grab the new battery and bring it down the hill. And I use the beast, and I told Carolyn I guess I shouldn't be lazy, I should care. She said, no, I'd rather you use the beast since it's a cheap lawnmower and we're not worried about wearing it out. You know, that way you're not slipping down the hill and breaking an ankle or, you know, making yourself paralyzed or something. Which is a good point. I mean, I'm not as young as I used to be. I don't bounce it quite as good. So I've got it all tuned up pretty good now. It's running really nice. The last problem I had was the ignition coils. They both went out the same exact time. But carburetor was a little plugged up, so I put some seafoam in it, let it sit overnight for 24 hours. That cleaned it right up. And it wasn't even a big deal. It just probably one of the jets was just a little bit constricted, because when I would turn it down, it would kind of throb. Not even surge, just kind of throb. So put some seafoam in it, and now I can turn it down. It doesn't do that. But that, yeah, my grandpa had a tractor and I played around with it all the time. Lawnmowers don't react like tractors. Now, I've said in the past I would like to have a posi traction on where you push, you know, step down on a button, foot pedal, and both wheels turn. That doesn't have it. They sell them now where they do. But I tell you, that is the closest thing to a tractor that I've had since playing on Grandpa's tractor. It's pretty nice. So if you'll click this up next box, it'll take you to a video where I was, oh, I guess I was working on that battery. So I hope I can inspire you. I don't know. Mess around so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.